Hello, friends. I'm excited to greet all of you, and today I'm going to give a detailed summary of Donald Trump's speech in Erie, Pennsylvania. Let's break down this event thoroughly so that everyone can understand what was discussed. Trump began his speech by greeting Pennsylvania and expressing his gratitude for their support. He emphasized how 2016 was a successful year, while in 2020 bad things happened. But now the spirit of his supporters is stronger than ever. He spoke directly to the people, saying that he feels a special support this time and that something very unique is happening. Trump expressed his sympathy for those affected by recent hurricanes, especially in the southern states of the U.S., like Florida and Georgia. He highlighted that the disaster was far worse than expected and extended his best wishes to everyone for resilience and recovery. Continuing his speech, Trump took the opportunity to criticize Joe Biden, commenting on how Biden was sleeping in one of his many estates in Delaware while people suffered. He questioned how Biden managed to acquire so many homes despite being a career politician. Trump also took a jab at Vice President Kamala Harris, accusing her of failing to address problems like the hurricane destruction and instead focusing on fundraising events in San Francisco, a city he claimed she destroyed. Trump then turned his attention to the people of Erie, emphasizing how many who were once Democrats had now become Trump Republicans because they believe he will take them to a better place. He mentioned that early voting was starting soon and urged everyone to make a plan to vote, whether early or by absentee ballot, stressing the importance of getting out and voting to bring about change. Trump highlighted his view that the upcoming election on November 5th would be one of the most crucial in American history, given what he perceives as the country's rapid decline. He also urged his supporters to find new voters and convince them to participate, as every vote counts. He spoke about how Erie County, once a Democratic stronghold, had shifted towards his support, and he hoped to see the same trend continue. Trump criticized the current administration's energy policies, mocking the idea of relying solely on wind energy, saying, "If it's not windy, then we'll suffer for a couple of days." He also took the opportunity to attack Kamala Harris for changing her policy positions multiple times, including her stance on fracking. He suggested that Harris was a liar and questioned her credibility and consistency. Trump touched on issues of crime and immigration, repeatedly calling the border situation an invasion and describing the people entering as dangerous criminals. He criticized Harris and Biden for what he sees as their failure to secure the borders, claiming that their policies have allowed criminals, including convicted murderers and rapists, into the country. He accused Harris of being a communist, claiming she's more interested in radical left policies than in serving the American people effectively. Trump's rhetoric was strong, asserting that Harris could never be forgiven for erasing our border and should not be allowed to become president. He criticized her record as a prosecutor, suggesting she unfairly targeted political opponents and African Americans. He spoke passionately about how his administration had achieved low illegal immigration and said that this was undone when Biden took office. He emphasized that if Harris were elected, she would continue to destroy the country, and he urged voters to prevent that by turning out in large numbers. Trump also brought up his past accomplishments, like rebuilding the military, creating Space Force, and his success with the border policies during his term, contrasting them with what he sees as Biden and Harris's failures. Towards the end of his speech, Trump introduced David McCormick, whom he endorsed as a candidate for the Senate, emphasizing his qualifications and love for Pennsylvania. He also brought on stage other prominent supporters, highlighting their dedication to his cause. Trump's main message throughout the event was that the current administration is failing the country, and he is the leader capable of turning things around. He urged everyone to vote, to support him and his endorsed candidates, and to reject what he sees as the disastrous policies of Biden and Harris. Thank you all for listening to this detailed summary of Trump's speech. If you enjoyed this and want to stay updated with more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time.